Through the trees, they could see that the dark sky was giving way to the colors peach and gray on the horizon. Bee hoped that she might get to see the horizon before the end. Just then, a horrible caterwauling noise came out of some bramble bushes on their left. It rattled the whole patch. Then the noise of some very angry kind of animal made a choking sound. Then it was quiet and still. Bee looked at Brutus and then at the bush again, making a loud yakking sound, and out flopped Nala, the cat. Darn those dingoes! She squawked and lowered her eyes level to the ground, staring eastward at something that neither Brutus nor Bee could see. Dingoes, Nala hissed as she stalked her body forward with great stealth. She looked up for a moment at the pair and said, "G'day, mates. What brings you two blokes this deep out in the outback? Into the outback. Nasty place for pets, you know. I'd get back to the boss right skippy if I were you. Dangers all around here." Then she stared back at what appeared to be nothing at all. Overcome with joy, Bee shouted, "You! Oh, bless you, Nala. We desperately need your help. I am trapped, tied to this tree by the noose around my foot here. Your sharp nails and teeth might just work to get this knot loose enough for me to get my foot out. Would you please help, old Bee?" Nala was already in motion as Bee spoke. "Bingo bango," she said as she made her way over to the pair and started working. Brutus, not looking away from the shadow near the pond, towered over the two and said, Well, Nala, I may have been wrong about you. I may want to bury the hatchet, so to speak. I'm sorry for eating your dinner a week ago, but I only did it because you bit my lip." "Who bit your lip?" Nala asked, pausing for a moment. "What do you mean I bit your lip? If you're referring to the incident with the crazy dingo that got loose in the house, I should be commended. That's right. I saw it coming for you, sneaking up really slow, and then it lunged, but I lunged faster. I got it right on the lip. It was a whiny squeaker too. I hung on as long as possible, but the coward refused to fight. It broke free from my steely grip, running off and yelping like a whelped pup, and I have been hunting it since." "I did not whelp," muttered Brutus.
This
is Nala.
And you may not know it, but she's actually a hunter from the outback of Australia. She is a dingo hunter. She's a mighty
She's a crazy cat.
Adversary.
Something like that. She's a crazy cat.
Christa just read a little bit from a book called The Adventures of Brutus and Bee. And it's a book that I just finished writing. It's an allegory. Don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you a book. It's an allegory.
Not yet, anyway.
Ah, thanks. It's an allegory with the animals that are in our house, and they have this adventure, and there's friendship and danger and adventure and nobility and high character and courage. And Nala is one of the, well, let's just say that she's slightly unstable.
Slightly?
Just a little bit.
Slightly unstable? Very unstable.
The Adventures of Brutus and Bee. So here's the deal. Why am I telling you this? Why did Christa read you this? Because we're actually editing the book right now. I finished it, a few months ago?
About a month or so ago.
And we're going through that whole process of editing it, and then we'll figure out if we're going to self-publish or if we're going to release it to the world.
Yep.
We don't know yet. But it got me to thinking. We all, and I mean you, this crowd, we all, for the most part, are not really happy with the quick and rapid change in society and the world in terms of morality, in terms of sanity, in terms of ups, down, and downs, up. And I got to thinking, so many of us agree about all this stuff. Mm-hmm. We go, yup. You read the headlines and you're, oh gosh, how could we ever get there? But then far too many of us just stay quiet. And we quietly gripe about it among ourselves or the people that we're safe around. And then that's that. And what's happening is it keeps going further and further and further, and we just quietly gripe. When, in fact, you and I we have the ability to change things if we would just get a slightly different perspective. Mm-hmm. You and I both have the ability to do stuff, whether it's write a book,
write music,
be an amazing mom, write music, run a Bible study, share really great stories of courage and morality with maybe grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Help out at your local pregnancy crisis center. Help out at a local soup kitchen. That kind of thing.
I'm going to gush on Christa right now, and if you've been around this channel any length of time, you'll know this because I talk about it not often because she doesn't like it, but it's true. She did an awesome ministry in the last church that we were at in Cincinnati, where I was serving as a music minister. And Christa bakes bread, and she bakes fresh bread. And she led a ministry that when visitors would come to the church, they'd sign a little card, yeah, I'm a visitor. They'd put that in the offering plate or the box or the this or that or wherever those things go. Before they got home to their home after the service, she was in the kitchen at the church baking fresh loaves of bread, and they were delivered to those people within about an hour-ish of when they actually got home from church.
Yeah, they were still hot.
She was very proud of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
who doesn't love hot bread? I mean, come on.
And let me tell you what, that little act of kindness brought so many people back who probably would never have darkened the door of that church again.
Right. Right.
Everybody can do something. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you say, well, Brad, I'm not a writer. I'm not a speaker. I don't get up in front of crowds. I don't want to lead a Bible devotion. Fine. Mm-hmm. Fine. Do exactly what it is you're good at. Mm-hmm.
If you crochet, think about crocheting some hats for babies in hospitals.
Tell them what Claire used to do.
Our daughter Claire, used to make, she used to crochet hats for vets. Not veterinarians, but veterans.
That'd be kind of cool, but
that'd be fun.
Different kind of vet.
Yeah, right. She would crochet hats for veterans and gave them out all over the place, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, we would go to like our local feed store, and if you'd see somebody wearing the I have served kind of gear, mm-hmm. then she would just go and thank them and say, hey, I made this specifically for you. Yep. Or sometimes we would go to the vet hospitals, set up a table. Obviously, you talk to the people beforehand.
Right.
But we'd set up a table, and I cannot tell you, at first there was apprehension. People would be like, eyebrow.
What are you making this for me
What are you doing here?
Right.
And I think of a lot of that's because there's just a lot of people that take advantage of stuff these days.
Right, right. And a lot of people think, well, what do you want from me? What are you getting out of this? Nope, just giving you a hat. That's all.
Just wanted to say thank you.
Yep.
And it changed people's perspectives. Mm-hmm. I cannot tell you how many times I heard people who would be skeptical and then receive the gift and then say, oh, I didn't know there were kids like you still around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody can do something. If your gift is being an accountant, find a ministry or boys and girls club or a farm. There's so many things.
Or some kind of organization that you can donate your time.
And be part of the solution. Yeah. If we're all pulling our weight in terms of saying, okay, I see what's going on in the world, and that I don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, then put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
if you're a janitor, doggone it, there's plenty of, trust me. Hey, look into politics. There's plenty of trash that needs to get cleaned up. Dun-dun-dun. Right? So what if you're gifted at wood carving? We met a guy the other day who's gifted at ice sculptures.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah.
And
Very
he
gifted.
makes ice sculptures for this one. It's a ministry that does a play once a year that is a big production, and he just says, "I'll make these ice sculptures to make your event nicer."
Yeah.
Everybody can do something.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, and I hope you take this as encouragement and not a jab.
Not at all.
This is not a jab. This is encouragement. If we're all not pitching in, if we're all not doing something, if all we ever do is just talk and we don't do anything, things won't get better.
Nope.
Now, I'm not saying, obviously, that by the lack of doing something, you're at fault, but I'm saying that that is really not the best way to make sure things go forward.
We need to be a part of the solution, not the problem. And I mean we, all of us. All of us.
So in the story, Brutus and Bee, The Adventures of Brutus and Bee, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I wanted to be a positive influence for kids who are getting just lambasted from every direction by the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody that's read it, who's not me,
Or me. Well, me. Yeah.
has said, boy, you really got something here. I don't credit me. I credit, honestly, God, because it was his idea. I just wrote it down.
Yeah.
I just want you to be encouraged, folks, that everybody can do something. Get involved somewhere, and let's not use the excuses that we all have. We all say there's some good reason why I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, even if you're a shut-in, there's still things you can do. Even if you're stuck at home, or maybe you're a busy mom, there's still things we can all do. Raise your kids really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just what I wanted to share. I was thinking about this because Christa is re-editing the book right now. And I thought, well, you know what? Let's share something about getting in the game, and let's all pitch in.
Yeah.
All right, Mom, it's your turn to river dance us out.
I got a headache. I'm not river dancing.
Well, that and the horse Selah stepped on you.
Selah did. She stepped on my toe, and it's now twice the size of it was, and it's purple. So it's not broken though. Just hurts like crazy.
You remember that scene in the movie Castaway where Tom Hanks's character had that volleyball named Wilson, and he had cut himself, and it was on there, and it was all battered and bloodied. It kind of looks like that right now. I don't know if we should go to the hospital.
Oh, it doesn't.
She's been calling it Wilson for 2 days. That's not true. Where's that cat? We need Nala.
Nala, come here, kitty. She's out. She's probably, our bedroom door has a sliding glass door in to go outside, and she, anytime it's open, she's laying right there. She loves it. It's a great place for her to look out.
Well, I knew where to go snatch her for the video because I got to.
Yeah, come here, kitty.
So that's it. Honestly and truthfully, I hope you guys have an awesome and blessed day.
Yeah.
So see ya. Goodbye.